Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our second game of 5 coming up for you with our EU Summit coverage. That's the word I'm looking for here. I'm Sayori. With me again is LD. We've got Rox.kis versus Next.kz. What's the good word?
Well, of course, Dota TV ticket's not out yet, guys. Hopefully should be soon. The bundle is in the next patch whenever it does get released. And the Summit, for those who don't know, is an $80,000 LAN tournament, our first ever LAN tournament here at Beyond the Summit. Finals will be early June. But yeah, I'm excited. Rox.kis dropped the last game versus Fnatic. They're now 3-2 in the groups and still in okay shape to advance to the playoffs, but need to start putting some wins on the board. They have played a lot of the tough teams, though, and Next.kz, in theory, is one of the easier opponents in the group.
Yeah, they are pretty heavy favorites, and based on Dota 2 Lounge bets, 77%, I think, in favor of Rox.kis, which seems pretty appropriate.
I'd say it's maybe a tiny bit high. I'd say it's more like 70-30 for me, but
yeah, it's in the ballpark.
I wouldn't feel too comfortable betting on Next.kz in any case.
Yeah, for sure. So, looking at this initial draft, some of those scary heroes did make it through. It was a first pick Lycan from Rox.kis, and Next.kz grabbed themselves the Batrider Shadow Demon, and that opened up for a Nature's Prophet. So, Rox.kis, already they are off to an aggressive pushing start, and they will be able to knock those towers down pretty easily. I like the thought process from Next.kz to grab the Shadow Demon right after their Batrider. Of course, the disruption works pretty well against the Batrider himself, so kind of a deny pick and also a potent support. But they handed over 2 very scary heroes in the process. I'll be curious how Rox.kis continue to unfold this draft. Next.kz did third pick the Sand King as well, so 2 pretty aggressive supports, but anti-push is going to be the name of the game here. Creep clearing as well.
Yeah, Rox.kis are on the dire side with Lycan, though, and that is always a problem. And Nature's Prophet, because Nature's Prophet much stronger on the dire side. The reason being, as Prophet, you're good at split pushing, right? And it's very easy to just split push the enemy off lane. And as soon as you apply pressure there, they TP someone in, you just TP to Rosh, and your team goes and takes it. So running Prophet and Lycan on dire in particular, Lycan's already good at killing Rosh, and Prophet is good at forcing the enemy team to defend their off lane, which as soon as they do, the Rosh is wide open. So it's a lot to give away for Next.kz. They've gone for much more of just a gank-oriented pick-off lineup. They do have great lockdown for Lycan. They have quite long-range initiation from Batrider Blink, as well as Sand King Blink, if they can farm them up. I think it's just so much to give away, though. I would not be happy if I'm Next.kz giving away Lycan and Prophet on the dire side, but they do get the bat, and Stallcat has a pretty solid bat, so we'll see what he can do this game.
And Puck will be the third choice for Rox.kis, so they've got a mid-lane tempo controller, which is something they desperately needed. Once he gets a Blink Dagger, they'll also have some initiation, so those rat Dota heroes can live up to their name and knock down some of those towers in the side lanes. Now, next league, they'll think about this fourth pick a little bit here. They'll burn through their bonus time in trying to decide what can they do to recover this draft, and they settle for a Lone Druid. Not a hero that we see too often in this patch, but one that can still be pretty potent. That Radiance first strategy is still the one I've seen most commonly, but Maelstrom is also viable now with this last patch. Also, it works properly with the Entangle.
Yeah, 6. Oh yeah, with this patch 6.0. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Lone Druid can match up pretty well 1v1 against Nature's Prophet. So what they may be wanting to do is just run the Lone Druid safe lane and go Batrider mid, and then even aggressive try with Shadow Demon Sand King +1. It is a slightly weaker tri lane because they are running a support Sand King. The other option is, I guess, just run the off lane Lone Druid bat mid and then pick someone else up for the safe lane. So we'll see what they want to do. Off lane Lone Druid is just not been that good lately. Unless you get a 1v1 matchup, ultimately you are potentially feeding away to bear that gives 300 gold, 300 experience. That is just a lot to give up. So I'm not a huge fan of Lone Druid in general right now, but we'll see how the lanes work out for them. And Rox.kis also get a Lich, which is a great support to have against Lone Druid. Frost Armor really messes up the bear.
Yeah, that's
true. And soon it's going to mess up the bear in the push as well with the Frost Armor on towers. So not this patch, but next patch.
Yeah, and Lich can be a pretty good damage dealer. That Chain Frost usually best paired with some sort of a big lockdown, your Vacuum, your Black Hole. Dream Coil kind of plays that role, but usually you can spread out enough that the Chain Frost isn't that potent. Still, some more damage that magic damage that they did need. So we'll see what Rox.kis want to do with their final pick. Shadow Shaman was banned out by Next.kz, and that is a ban I think makes sense because he would have been a pretty darn good support. They could use some more lockdown, not something that Lich brings to the table, and Rasta on Dire makes Rosh even easier. and adds more to their pushing lineup. So, the ideal support for Rox.kis here. I feel like it has to be somebody with some lockdown. Maybe even a Lion wouldn't be a bad choice. But some of it may hinge on what Next.kz opt to do here in the next few seconds. And, okay, they'll take the Templar Assassin.
Good laner versus Puck, and Rox.kis have very little, in fact, no damage over time. The one thing they have is Lycan, Natural Necro 3 builder, and also has quite a few summons, so
Yeah.
can be okay against TA, but I do like the TA matchup quite a bit this game. As far as the lanes go now, it looks most likely like it'll just be probably just the off-lane bat, safe lane, tri-lane, Lone Druid, and then TA going mid. So TA versus Puck, a good matchup. Lone Druid, tri-lane versus Prophet, not too shabby. Prophet generally does better against supports that rely on the pull, and Sand King can just go stack the jungle and farm that. So I actually think this pick works out quite well for them, and I feel a little bit more confident about their draft now, though. Still, you're giving up Lycan, and you're giving up Prophet on the dire side. Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop this.
Yeah, Venomancer Lich. Rox.kis draft is really scary for pushing, but they just have no lockdown aside from
They
Puck.
have 0 stuns, but like there's no incredibly hard to lock down heroes. I mean, they have the mini stun from Chain Frost and the Puck Dream Coil, but there's not like a Storm Spirit or a Weaver. So I think it's okay. The main reason they go Venomancer here is just to deal with the Templar Assassin. They had no damage over time for Refraction. They get some now. Venomancer also very good at pushing and very good in the pit. So I think it's a decent choice, although now I bet they're wishing they didn't have Lich and Veno, but they were not expecting a TA pick, and they got to do something to deal with it.
Yeah, and the Lich armor helps counteract some of the minus armor that TA brings to the table, so not the worst, but
I love how we're still using this super fat Puck, by the way. Like, look at his face
my god.
compared to the new model. It's this engorged monster.
Dude, he looks bloated. Looks like he ate a basketball.
It's like he had facial reconstruction compared to the new Puck.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I've never seen them paired up like right next to each other like that. I knew the older Puck was chubby, but Jesus, seeing him at the draft stage. Puck's on a diet here.
Yeah, he got the Storm treatment and then some. Like the Storm lost not nearly as much weight as Puck did.
Yeah.
Well, the chubby cheeks are gone, but the adorable. Actually, Puck is kind of a creepy character in a lot of the art I've seen.
Yeah, with his frail little arms, he's kind of...
Well, just like the way I see him drawn is like it's just like this nightmarish monster that like watches you while you're sleeping and stuff.
Yeah, he's supposed to be this young fairy dragon, so he's a trickster. He likes to play jokes on people.
Yeah, or creep on you.
Or just be creepy in general, yeah. So Next.kz versus Rox.kis, our next best of one. We're in the game. Let's introduce these rosters. We've got Next.kz on the Radiant side. Amazing will be on the Shadow Demon. He'll be joining Mantis on the Lone Druid here in the bottom lane. In the mid, that will be stand-in 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Templar Assassin. Reeves right now headed to the offlane on that Sand King, but I reckon he'll rotate down bottom once the creeps spawn. And of course, it is Stallcat on the offlane Bat Rider headed to the top.
Well, as for Rox.kis, we have Yol playing the support Venomancer, and the safe lane goes Nexus standing in on the Puck. BZZ is perfect. Actually going mid is the Lycan throw. Goblek on the Lich, and that will put into the offlane Sudoi on the Nature's Prophet. So they're going to dual lane bottom, at least to start. And let's see, Lycan going mid against Templar Assassin is... It's okay. Templar Assassin is one of the better heroes at killing off the wolves is the main issue because they're really good against magic damage, but TA does all physical. Although they are dual laning it. So running the Veno and Lycan will be very annoying for TA. Not the best killing lane, but early on, but with a few levels in the Venomancer. 1, 2, 3, 4 will struggle to get his farm. I think they'll do well in the offlane too, with a double dual lane and the Nature's Prophet Lich combo. Very good at harassing, also pretty decent at just dealing with the bear. And the support Shadow Demon is not going to be able to do much, so I'm actually thinking Rox.kis's lanes are pretty decent here. And in the safe lane, Puck versus Bat, normally an even lane, but with Howl, expect the Puck to have a big advantage here if he plays it right. So I think with the Lycan mid, they could actually do it quite well.
Yeah, a little bit less predictable, and also putting just the Venomancer mid against TA helps burn through that refraction a little bit. And then with the Wolves on top of that, it's all about just slowing her down and securing some farm.
And like, what is support Sand King actually going to do here? Even if he hits a Burrow Strike, they can always just walk away. Yeah. There's not going to be a TA level 6 for a while. Shadow Demon maybe comes and ganks the lane, but that's about it.
Well, we'll see right here. Burrow Strike forward onto BZZ. 1, 2, 3, 4 throws a few auto attacks, but yeah.
Just walks away.
Yeah.
I mean,
he just...
And once the Venomancer hits level 3 or so, then they can actually go in and go for kills. So it's okay for Next.kz right now, but it will get scarier quite soon.
Yeah, those side blades doing some work here as TA hits level 2, harasses him back a little bit, and they'll chew through some more of this regeneration. And Yol is already equipped with Reveal. He's got Dust in the inventory ready to rock and roll, so if TA oversteps her bounds and overcommits, tries to stay safe with the meld, they're ready for it. And Lycan actually holding on to his next skill point here. He went Howl level 1, but has yet to skill up the Wolves, and he'll actually go Feral Impulse here at level 2.
Top lane, Puck, oh, orbs out, and will jaunt away. Stallcat was looking to go, just playing pretty aggressively. Actually, Nexus, alright, he has picked up a magic stick. And yeah, whenever the Howl's online, that's where the bat has to be played more defensively. So, Howl available now. Has not been popped yet, but we'll see how things go. So far, in terms of experience, already we see Rox.kis. Well, actually, we're quite even so far. But
Yeah.
they should pull ahead with the Lich Denies over time.
Yeah.
The one thing that they really want to do on Next.kz is just stack the jungle for the Sand King, and the Shadow Demon is already doing it. So he'll be sitting mid for now, but Reeves will catch up later in the jungle.
Yep. Looks like farming the mid relatively even, like in 1 or 2 CS above the TA, but still pretty close. And in the bottom lane, it's actually pretty close as well, within 1 or 2 CS. The Lone Druid is still finding a lot of last hits, even though Lich is denying creeps, and there are those pesky treants in the lane making his life more difficult. Sodoi doing a good job, and we're just off to an even game to get things started. Most of these lanes just don't have a huge amount of kill potential unless the opponent makes a misstep. Shadow Demon, Lone Druid, not particularly scary, but nor is Nature's Prophet and Lich. So, not really surprised to see more of a passive opening here to this laning phase.
Yeah, the one thing that Rox.kis really want to do is try and contest the pull. Because when you're running a Lich in an off lane, the big benefit is the deny. You should pull ahead in levels, because you get the denies, you get the experience for that, and they don't get any experience. But if they're allowed to pull, then it pretty much evens out. So they haven't done the best job of contesting the pull so far. Also have not been blocking any spawns with treants. And as a result, Next.kz not really as far behind the laning stage as I expected they would be.
Yeah.
They still have a... Oh, they're going in bottom now.
Oh. Yeah, they'll press forward. Mantis taking heavy damage. The disruption comes out onto Lich to buy them some time. One more auto attack from Sodoi would have been enough. But he'll salve up, and now Sodoi's the one on the run. Bear chasing him down. He'll make some more treants. And
that Howl damage, like, you think you're safe, and he's got phase boots, he's got Howl. He almost got the killer. That was very close.
Yeah. The early phase boots really come in handy there. Probably the smart choice not to commit for it, though. Even if he got the kill, he probably would have been killed in return as that Shadow Demon chased him down.
But they can do that again every time Howl's up. Sodoi is a bit low on mana. Maybe he's got to go heal real quickly and come back to the lane. But outside of that, it's Lone Druid who's got to be very careful. Does get his boots now. Still with phase boots as well as the Lich Slow, they can run him down for sure.
Yeah, and there's already... just the Frost Blast. But Ice Armor will help once he gets a point in that later on.
Yeah, normally you'll see just maxing Frost Blast, you'll get like 2 points in Sacrifice, and then start leveling up Ice Armor. You don't normally see more than 2 points in Sacrifice, because, yeah, you can deny creeps a little bit more often, but the main thing is you just want to have your base mana needs dealt with, and at this, so we'll see probably by level 8 it'll start having points in it.
Yeah, I thought I saw a Frost Armor proc on the Lone Druid, but it was just the Frost Blast. Eyes are playing with me here.
Yeah, good job by this Shadow Demon. Amazing. Has managed to stack the camp 3 times, and he's been doing the pulls. And again, like, they have not warded the camps. They haven't done too much to really contest these, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it somewhat just negates the power of the dual lane Lich. Like, the point is that you come out ahead in levels, but they're pretty much even.
Yeah, and it'll be great for the Sand King, because Reeves isn't really able to do much here in the mid. He is leeching experience, well on his way to level 4, but still doesn't have much fun to his name.
coming top, he's TP'd, but he's been spotted by Stallcat.
Yeah, they'll start stacking up that sticky napalm. And now Sodoi's just on the run. Stallcat will completely zone him out. And support coming up from the Sand King as well.
He's been spotted by a Dire Observer ward, though. They have a ward at the top room, so this should not work.
Yep. And Sodoi will just scoot back. And Next is positioning himself so he could have hopped in if necessary, but won't jump the gun. He is level 6, though, and does have that Dream Coil online. Now, Lycan is taken over as the last hit leader, and the mid lane is starting to shift the way of Rox.kis. Venomancer just being an irritant to this TA, and BZZ 31-6 compared to the 24-6 Templar Assassin.
Yeah, it's fine for both teams. They're both farming. The main thing is that Next.kz can use the jungle very efficiently, whereas Rox.kis are not that great. They'll go in mid maybe with the Wolves here. If they get a Gale, this could be a potential first blood. They have Dust, but he actually doesn't have the mana to use it yet. He needs 1 more mana. Well, it's too late now.
That's a sad story right there.
I don't
5 mana on that Dust.
Yeah, like, how often do you not have mana for freaking Dust? But
Yeah.
I don't know if they get the kill anyway, because he wasn't actually going invis, and it's just not the best. It's not the best killing duel lane. It's more of like a harassment and war of attrition duel lane.
Yeah, if Lycan hits level, or when Lycan hits level 6, I should say, Shapeshift will make it a little easier to secure kills. But before then, just not enough chasing power. TA Mel, I mean, she has obviously seen that dust, so just running back to the tower is the best way to survive in that kind of a scenario. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Next.kz are getting more aggressive, and they're pressuring this bottom tier 1 pretty hard using that bear, and it appears that Mantis will just be pulling up gold. Still just brown boots and stout shield, the only 2 items to his name, and may try to go for a fast relic if he can get away with it, or may just be pulling his gold so that he can grab a bunch of items
Midas
at once.
Radiance build, pretty good this game. You're up against Lycan and Prophet. You want to be able to counter the split push, and Radiance will help you do that. So, consider he's had a pretty good start. I think that's the build we'll see, but for now, it leaves his options open.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. Probably pulling for the Midas before the Relic. If you get the Midas early enough, it pays off to the point where it doesn't really slow down your Relic timing all that much, but you have that farming tool that is useful through all stages of the game.
Yeah, it just secures late game really well. And now Sand King pretty soon should be going to the woods to just start farming the stacks. For now, he's actually getting levels out of the off lane. Nexus is level 8, but he is playing in the dark on the puck, and as a result, not attempting to kill just yet, but Rox.kis so far haven't taken any towers with the Prophet, and haven't gotten any kills. Are not really that well. They're 1,000 gold, 1,000 experience ahead, but not that far ahead. Mid lane,
maybe they'll catch TA. They already burned the smoke, and Refraction has been gone through. They even throw the Chain Frost. Wow, Lich secures the last hit with his Chain Frost. I don't know if that was necessary, but they still get the first blood.
I'm on board with it. They get it's first blood, totally worth it. Yeah, maybe it wasn't 100% needed, but how often do you really have a great opportunity to hit 3-4 heroes with a Chain Frost anyway?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean more just stealing that bonus gold from the Lycan, who probably could have grabbed the last hit otherwise.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you get Chain Frost no matter what, I guess, but that works out.
Yeah, not too bad. Just kind of splitting hairs as Lich grabs a haste rune, and he'll rotate down to the bottom. Does have some Frost Blast action ready, and maybe they can try and set something up.
That's what Vlad's on Lycan, and again, their dire side, they have a Prophet as well, so Roche will be a constant threat. The one thing Next.kz should really do is drop a trap in the pit ASAP. Templar Assassin mid, that's one of the nice things about running it. And they've already seen the Vlads on the Lycan. He's actually gone Tranquil Boots, which is pretty damn unusual, to be honest.
Yeah, just hoping for some extra armor and then that regeneration when he's not in combat, but it is definitely
It's very
atypical.
weird. Yeah, you already get quite a bit of armor from Vlad's. It also deals with your regen issues. Yeah. And generally, you just either want to save for Boots of Travel to split push. Sometimes you get treads if you want to fight. And bottom lane will have an engagement now.
Yep, Go Black, maybe the target of choice. No, it's Sidoi as he comes out of his disruption. Stallcat showing off that new Blink Dagger. Grabs Go Black, doesn't have enough to finish him off. But Shadow Demon wraps around, and they will secure the kill. Nature's Prophet, he walks back to safety at the end of the day. Just a kill on the support Lich, but still the first gank with the Blink Dagger successful. Yeah, there's your Dream Coil to start it off. They burn a Dust, and it's not even necessary. Nexus has plenty of damage to finish off that underleveled Sand King.
There is a glyph available on the dire side. Can they defend their tier 1 bottom? Giving the tower up this early, not really the best. They're the team running the Lycan Prophet. They are going for the trade top, but this tower is much healthier. Radiant should be able to take the bottom tower and defend the top if they so choose. And down it goes. The Midas is online for Mantis, now up to 600 gold, so he'll just be working towards the Radiance. Rox.kis should be looking to secure Roshan soon, though, and we'll see how soon they look to do it. They might want to wait for the ults to cool down, though, or they're just going to have to find a good opportunity, and this is where the Prophet comes in handy. He can TP top, start pushing the lane, force Next.kz to TP, and as soon as they TP, you just go right into the pit. So that's what I expect we'll see from Rox.
Yeah, and Rox.kis only do half damage to that top tier 1 tower. Batrider with pretty amazing farm. He is number 2 on the last hit chart, 48 and 5. And he had just about an 8-minute Blink Dagger. He did go for it before Tranquils will now grab the Staff of Wizardry. So he did rush the Blink about as quickly as you can get it, but still a really good timing.
Yeah, pretty good Blink timing. And frankly, the safe lane puck didn't do quite as much as I thought it would. So it's a safe lane puck, also was pulled some regen, and went for, and they had Howl. So generally you'd expect the puck to win or lane harder, but Stallcat did a nice job of not dying. He had a good Observer Ward that saw the incoming ganks, and
but he didn't lose the lane, and he has a Blink Dagger of his own now, so it's not that bad. Could have been a little bit better, perhaps.
This is your safe lane puck, though, so you expect a little bit more out of it than the off-lane bat.
At least he didn't lose the lane, though.
That's true.
It's still something. Hand to Midas out on the Nature's Prophet, so that will level out the Midas count 1 apiece as Rox.kis move into the Roche pit. And I don't think this has been scouted by the Radiant. There's still no TA trap in the pit.
Yeah, they should have had a trap in here by now. That's
smoked.
just a standard thing to do against Lycan on the Dire.
They might be suspicious, but Roche is falling pretty quickly. Yeah, they will think about moving in. Reeves reveals his smoke. Throws strike forward. Will connect onto the Lycan. In comes the Bat Rider, but Sand King gets destroyed as the support's there. Stallcat, he lassos the puck, but that's just not going to work out for him. Or did he lasso the puck?
No, he didn't get off the lasso.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, got silenced, but
yeah,
it was like he was like mid-cast animation on it, but well, even if I guess if they had a trap there, they might not have been able to. If you want to contest it, you have to bring more than just 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Rox.kis on the Dire side, and they have their tier 1 up mid, so the Dire side just has such a short and easy path to get to the Roshan pit as a result.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad. They might get Roche, that's one thing, but feeding kills on top of it is a bit of a concern.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that they're just not using those TA traps. Now, I always like to say Clockwork against Lycan is pretty good because you can spam rockets into the pit, but the TA trap is even better. You don't have to waste your mana to keep guessing. You just put a trap down, and I mean, worst case scenario, they get a gem or ward it or something, and you lose your trap. But so what? It's just a little bit of mana.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about these Tranquil Boots on the Lycan. It's a little strange, but I guess he felt like he was being harassed a lot in lane and just wants the additional regen.
Yeah, it's working out for him so far. We'll see.
It's just like an awkward way to spend your gold. Because now if you want to get Boots of Travel later on, you've got to, you have to spend an extra 450 and just kind of a pain in the rear. There's a Midas on TA. Can Next.kz take this late game? I would say they definitely can. They have double Midas. They have Lone Druid. They are up against the Rat Dota from Rox.kis. 2 Necrobook builders, a Midas on the Prophet. It's going to be annoying to take it late, but Lone Druid's farming well, and TA is farming well. So if they want to do it, I think they can.
Up top, Nexus tries to initiate onto Reeves, but this time Stallcat will catch him with the lasso. And they'll secure the kill onto Nexus. Sadoy joining the party, wants to finish off Reeves, but he's sandstorming, has no detection. Bat Rider will just firefly away. It ends as a 1-0 in favor of Next.kz as Puck takes a spill.
The other thing worth mentioning is that Bat and Sand King are really good against Rat Dota. 2 Blink Dagger carriers, very long-range initiators. They'll dust Reeves. He's going to go down. Still worth it overall. They get the puck kill.
Yeah.
I would like to see them secure the Sand King Blink now, though. They still have their towers up, and if they wait they'll need the Sand King Blink to defend their tier 1s, tier 2s. And so far, they actually have all their towers against the Lycan Prophet, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
And impressive from Next.kz.
Rox.kis have been a little bit more passive in terms of pushing than I think they have to be. And Next.kz can definitely take this late with their Hands of Midas, but there's still this big window in the mid-game where Rox.kis can just turn up the aggression, maybe the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, and knock down these outer towers and really punish the greed from Next.kz. Conversely, though, if they don't do crippling damage, the Next.kz will be able to farm their way back to victory. Stallcat will get initiated upon. Negative earn charge online, but he blinks back. And he'll be fine.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, they've gone in on Amazing.
Yeah, there's a disruption to buy him some time, but I don't think it'll be enough. Yeah, sorry, buddy, but...
Mantis is coming in. Is he going to get a root here? No.
Unlucky.
No boots on the bear yet. He's just going straight for a relic.
Yeah, this is really greedy. 2,900 gold, though. Go Black. He gets caught by a Burrow Strike. Epicenter channeling. The Chain Frost comes. Doesn't get off in time to interrupt it. And does a little bit of damage to the creeps, but... Lich still falls, and that makes it a 1-for-1 in the bottom. Meanwhile, up top, the Tier 1 tower has fallen. They're pressing forward to the Tier 2 with the Lycan Wolves and the Plague Wards. Bat Rider doing what he can to try and slow down the push. There is a glyph available. They will opt to burn it, just barely out of deny range, but still not really in a position to contest. A Bat Rider around the backside. Does have a lasso available. Maybe he can find the puck. Flame Break connects, but he doesn't hop forward.
So they get the Shadow Demon kill bottom, they lose the Lich, and they take 2 towers. The Lycan, Prophet, they're online now. Necrobook number 1 coming soon for Sadoy. The Lycan's Necrobook number 1 for BZZ coming soon. And
maybe Puck working on one as well. Staff of Wizardry. Could be. Could be a Dagon.
Could be a Dagon. I would say probably Dagon, just so they can get more pickoffs.
Dream Coil used on Reeves. Wrath of Nature flies through, and that finishes off the Sand King. Reeves just can't catch a break. He's still a ways off the mark before getting that Blink Dagger.
Oh, Stallcat trapped in the trees. The wolves were trapping him in, actually, but they'll just firefly away. That's cute, though.
But Rox.kis will translate to a Tier 1 tower push. And now that the glyph is down, they can feel free to just go ham on these towers. There's no way that Next.kz can easily repel them, especially with a Sand King that doesn't have a Blink.
And Lady Sage for Next.kz, frankly, went very well, but it's a dire lineup with Lycan and Prophet and Venomancer, and they're up by 5k gold, 2k experience. Almost all of it is tower gold. They've taken 1 tower on the side of Next.kz, and they've given up now 3, soon to be 4. So, as well as the Roshan. So pretty much all tower Roche gold, but it's still like, can you hang on now?
They
need the Radiance.
They just don't have enough creep clear. The Radiance will really help once they get it, but Druid's still off the mark. He only has 4,000 gold. Reeves gets initiated upon. Once again, defensive disruption. Once he pops out, he'll be in trouble. Gale actually off the mark. Stallcat hops forward. Does use the lasso, but there's just no follow-up damage. He barely makes it to the high ground with about 150 hit points to spare. 2 towers fall back-to-back again.
They are going to chase now with TA. She has drum charges. Can she find an
opening?
opening?
And a haste rune. Uh-oh. They'll find the Lich. He gets force-stabbed into an awkward position, but again, follow-up just isn't there. Next.kz playing that so passively, and everyone from Rox.kis will just walk away back to safety.
They just can't go in. Rox.kis just have, they have Aegis, they have Necrobooks, they have, like, everyone's tanky. Point booster on the Venomancer, Lich with a mech, the Necrobooks on the other 2 heroes, and a Puck who's hard to kill, and they're running into Howl, and looks like, at least I missed a kill top, where Sand King went down to the Prophet ultimate. Yeah, they have a nice aggressive Observer Ward here and caught him retreating.
Ah, okay. So, I was going to say, Prophet was nowhere near him.
With the snipe. Yeah. Now Necro 3. It's just like, oh, well, they don't have a Midas. They're not that crazy fun. Then suddenly they've taken 4 towers in like 5 minutes and the Roshan, and they've got a Necro 3 on Prophet, and I believe a Necro 3 coming fairly soon on the Lycanthrope as well.
Ogre Club coming out for Yol, so that's going to be an Ags on the Lich, and could be a Force Staff, on the Veno. Lich is either going for Force Staff or Necrobook. Kind of the same thing as Puck. Hard to say exactly what he'll turn that into. And Puck, he proved us both wrong. He went for the Force Staff, so not Dagon or Necrobook.
Well, Next.kz, how are they going to defend against the mass Necrobooks? Like, yeah, you've got Radiance, but well, that's a lot of last full damage for the bear to take. They'll need 2 bears to defend, and then they're feeding away quite a bit of gold. At the same time, the Necros give a lot, so I suppose Radiance Bear is one of the better things to deal with it, but he's got to farm the Radiance first. He is just about... In fact, he's got it now.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to turtle, but then they're turtling with a TA who's not going to get to leave the base very often. Bat does have his core item. Sand King still needs his Blink. I think it's, like, okay for Next.kz. I would not say they're 100% out of it, but it's just not it's not where you want to be.
Yep. Certainly not. And even though the Radiance will help, it's just a shame that Next.kz have no solid creep clear. You know, there's no power shot from a Wind Ranger, no orb from a Puck. They don't have an easy way to just clear up these creeps without putting themselves in harm's way. TA with her short range, yes, she can kill creeps quickly, but when they're pushing on the base, she wants to be sitting back and looking for that initiation.
Are they going high ground already? Necro 3 is up, Necro 1 is up as well, and they're just going to throw all the summons at the base. Radiance.
No glyph, so why not?
Radiance is ready. It's in the fountain. He's got to go back and defend. They need the Lone Druid here. Glyph not available. Can the Radiance turn the fight? Reeves has Blink Dagger as well. This could actually be a decent defense for Next.kz. Is it going to be spotted out, though? The dire side has seen the Blink. Oh, they can just back off now.
Yeah, they may just back out. I think they just test the waters in the high ground. They weren't looking to commit to the barracks, but maybe they are as Nectar units are going in. Rain melee racks very close to going down. Stallcat, he gets
he got Mana Burn when he jumped in, so could not use the lasso. The Rax has already fallen.
Wow.
Lycan Prophet on the dire side. Too freaking good.
It's just too many units right now, with all the Plague Wards as well.
The only thing I think Next.kz could have done there is they should have bought a smoke as soon as Sand King got his Blink and then tried to set up Epicenter, because he just walked into range of creeps. Like, sure, they've got Necro 3s, but if you're smoked, they're not going to see you anyway. So I think that was their best way to defend the racks. Easy to say in hindsight. And well, actually, did they have a smoke available? Oh, no, it was cooling down. If they had one, I think they would have gone for it. So that's just really unlucky. Smoke was cooling down in 35 seconds from now.
Yeah.
If they had a smoke, I think they might have been able to defend. Sand King would have probably suicided on the Necro books, but it would have at least driven Rox.kis back and possibly set up their TA to get some free kills. So, well... Lycan Prophet, dire side. Very tough.
Yeah, and the worst isn't even here yet, LD. Roshan is coming up in just about a minute, maybe a little bit less, and I don't see any reason why Rox.kis won't be able to secure the second Aegis for themselves. That's a level 3 Necro book up on the Lycanthrope now, and also an Ag Scepter on the Veno.
He only has the level 1 towers. Ultimate, but that is 1,400 gold, even a little bit more, probably more like 1,500-ish gold per hero, and that's for the ones who don't get the last hit. That is a lot of free gold. And the Roshan, so... Yep. It's like getting close to 2,000 gold per hero just for towers and Roche.
Yeah.
Objective-based Dota is quite strong.
It certainly is. The experience graph is actually in the favor of Next.kz because Rox.kis have been grouped up so much, but they've got a solid 7,500 gold lead, and at this point in the game, that's really huge. We're only 21 minutes in, and just the disparity in item progression. We talked about that window where the Hand of Midas hasn't really kicked in yet, and those 2 hard carries are just trying to come online, and we're still within that window. Rox.kis have just been punishing it so hard, and they're making the absolute right decisions here to continue pressuring the base and not letting Next.kz breathe whatsoever. This time the glyph has respawned or cooled down, and it is available now. So Rox.kis won't be able to just
waiting in the trees
zerg the structures, and yeah, look at his positioning from Reeves. He's way off of the edge.
They're already orbing in. They are going to get vision of it with this orb, so opportunity now. Unless my fog is buggy. Yeah, they found Nexus though with the lasso. Here we go.
And he's in trouble. Nexus will get dropped to start this off. A huge epicenter coming out from Reeves. That secures the kill on Lich. This could be the hold that Rox.kis have been waiting for. Puck buys back. It will just be a 2-for-0 as Rox.kis back out. It's still a good hold, but now that their cooldowns are burned, Sand King dies to the wrath
Everybody's
of time.
dying to this Agh's Venom ultimate.
Oh
Amazing's not going to go down, but the Bat
Rider
Rider will. Double kill for the Venomancer.
Wow.
20-minute Aghanim Scepter, and Next.kz just... Sure, you can kill off the puck, but he wanted to buy back and jaunt into the fight immediately, I think, but was just a bit late. Well, Glyph was not used. They did force out a buyback on puck. They lose 2 heroes, but that's a pretty damn good hold by Next.kz, all things considered.
Now they can retreat into Roche, though. 2 heroes dead. They've already burned the epicenter. They should feel pretty safe moving into the pit.
Yeah, next time they're coming with Aegis. Also, Bear resummon on cooldown for 100 seconds. And if they don't have the Bear for a base defense, they are going to lose the fight. So, still pretty risky.
Yeah, Lone Druid is really coming online, though. His net worth is a little scary. Now has a Vlad's.
Well, see, the thing with like the Lone Druid pick is Radiance is very good against squishy heroes, right? But nobody's squishy on Rox.kis. They took so many towers early. Yol has Aghs. Godblack has Mech. It's just... I don't know. Radiance Lone Druid is just... This is just not the best game for a Lone Druid.
Yeah, and now there's a Desolator up on the Nature's Prophet. So, of course, that minus armor works well in structures, but also makes him hit pretty hard. Now we'll see Initiation onto Nexus. Lasso pulls him into the team, and again, Puck gets obliterated down for 60 seconds since he did just buy back.
Well.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Wrong place, wrong time. Sadoy throws down a Sprout, trying to TP out. That's not happening. Burrow Strike interrupts it, and it'll be a 2-for-0 in the Radiant jungle as Next.kz with a response.
Well, Rox.kis don't want to feed too many kills. They are up against Double Midas, TA, Bat Rider, Lone Druid. Very strong late game lineup. They're still in okay shape, I would say, even though they gave those up. They still have the Aegis. They can still look to go for a timing push, but if you actually look at experience, they're down. So I don't think it's a game-changing amount of experience, but it's more like just a sign that they haven't won this game just yet. 1 lane of Rax with a Radiant Lone Druid and TA is surmountable. 2 lanes of Rax, that's where things get tricky. So if I'm Rox.kis, just chill out, wait for the respawns, and 5-man top.
Yeah, exactly right. 1 lane of Rax is good. It's a good start, but they can still bring this back. Hand of Midas on TA is starting to kick in, as that is a BKB first item. So TA still not hitting real hard. It's not particularly mobile. Went Power Treads instead of Phase Boots and no Blink. Did opt for Drums, but just definitely not the most mobile TA build we've seen. It's more about surviving, and that's kind of what she needs in these team fights, especially with that how much damage that Fenno ulti did last fight. I knew he had the Aghs, and in my head I was like, yeah, it'll do some damage, but just destroyed people.
Yeah, Venom Aghs is always underestimated because of how the damage comes out. It's just like, you're just ticking down a little bit at first. You're like, holy shit, this isn't stopping. Holy shit, I'm dying. Oh no, and then you're dead. So, it's just one of those things. Like, you know, it's strong in paper, but
seeing it in action is.
It's hard. You can't conduct a fight like, oh no, I got Venom ulted. Back to the fountain now, because they're like taking your axe, right? So you have to fight.
Yeah,
but it's a tough situation.
So Rox.kis, they will just continue putting on the pressure. Everyone is respawned, and straight up the mid lane they go. They've got 5 heroes, everything online, all of their ultimates, and they are ready to rock and roll. Let's see if Next.kz can make another hold like they did last time. Remember, the glyph wasn't used, so it is still available, and that will be another line of defense. I think a lot riding on the back of Reeves right now. Can he get off another big epicenter?
I would like to see them smoke him up. Do they actually have a smoke this time? No, it's still on cooldown, so just haven't had smokes when they've needed them.
Yeah, where have they?
They used the one earlier to go into the woods and go for that gank. But, yeah,
so
it's unfortunate.
The army of Necro units, all the Treants are online. Plague Ward's coming down.
Look at that howl. Then the right clicks come out and comes the puck.
And still, Rox.kis positioning themselves very well here. They don't want to overcommit. They just want to do as much chip damage as possible and maybe force out the glyph.
That is a lot. They are feeding a ton of gold, though. That was 2 level 3 Necro books, and all the minions died, so that is, what is that, 800 gold? Is that right? I think it's 800 gold.
Yes, that sounds right. Or it's close to that, at least.
Yeah.
How much are they? Are they the same bounty each? Are they 200 gold?
Yeah, I believe they're 200 gold each.
So it would
I'll double check.
800, yeah.
Yeah, they're all 200. So that's 800 gold they just fed. But They took the tower down to half HP, and they can literally just wait for the Necros to cool down and go again.
Yeah, and they didn't even force the glyph out. That was Next.kz. Look, they were hoping that Rox.kis would overcommit and they wouldn't have to glyph, but that was just the Necro units. I mean, that was pretty low risk for the most part.
Yeah, it's just a slow and steady siege, and the main thing is, well, is Next.kz going to get a game-changing item? Like, sure, they got 800 gold, but it's split between the team. They've just picked up a Vladzo Mantis. Oh, they're leaving their base. They don't want to let Rox.kis group up again. They, however, are playing mostly in the dark here. They have some vision mid.
They want to take the fight to them. Bat Rider with the blink will find Yol. Can they bring down this Venomancer? That would be huge, but if he gets the Poison Nova off, he certainly will. He'll survive as well. Dream Coil from Puck. BKB's pop. There's your Epicenter coming through, but just not doing enough damage. Shadow Demon will be the first to fall, and that's the end of the bear. Mantis trying to port home. Does have another bear summon. He will survive. TA now trying to port out. Do they have an interrupt? No, they don't. TA almost falls, but does make it out.
So they lassoed a Venomancer as an Ags, and they didn't burst him down. And then they Epicentered a Lycan who's got Aegis. That is not the way to win a fight against Rox.kis.
Yeah. And they didn't even proc the Aegis either. So
right, yeah, but like even they did, yeah, you're right. They didn't even proc it. It's a ton of damage. But even if they did, it's like, so what? He's got Aegis. He comes right back.
Yeah. So now
you can't go on Veno. It's like the Puck's the ideal target, but just so hard to kill.
Bat Rider scoots forward, but he has no lasso. Just trying to be cheeky and take some pressure off the tower, but it's not even the heroes, it's all the units. Glyph has already been burned, and BZZ, oh no, he'll get caught by some entangles.
Night Sword Gaming, I don't know if they can get him out, actually. There's not a whole lot of counter-initiate here. He's dead.
Stun from Reeves, 4-staff back, another 4-staff back.
No ultimate, though.
Yep, just too much. He's too slow. They purged him. No way he'll survive, and now Next.kz, they'll press out. They make a hold. Go Black, he TP's home. Yol on the run. Maybe they can catch him. Blink forward from the Sand King. Nope, the Wolves are slowing him up, as is the Poison Sting. I think Yol will be okay. 4-staff. Oh, just in the nick of time.
They have lasso, though. Are they going to keep on chasing? Nope. Prophet is split pushing now. Sudoi pushes the top lane in. They didn't use this trap mid either that the TA had, which might have helped them slow down Venomancer and get the kill.
Yep.
Overall, though, it's just Rox.kis has got to be a little more patient with the push.
Mantis, he gets caught as Sudoi ports back forward. Stallcat puts him in the lasso. Follow-up will be there. Burrow Strike on the money. Maybe they'll have the damage to take down Sudoi. Lone Druid's already fallen, and yeah, it will cost them their Nature's Prophet. A 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
They have a coil. They're not, I don't think they're done yet. Nexus is coming in, looking for the coil. Oni catch is amazing, though.
Will be a kill on the Shadow Demon. Stallcat, he'll just about face and run.
Yeah, they really wanted a 2-for-1 there. Now, I think they have to wait for third Roche at this point, honestly. Like, they're feeding not way too many kills, but they get the Lone Druid kill, I suppose. It's okay, but Rox.kis are just... You just want to wait for the Necrobooks to come online and to heal up a bit. So wait for the mech to cool down and wait for the Lycan ult, and then go again.
Well, they'll ping it out, so I think they just want to go straight forward, even without the Nature's Prophet, but they'll take the edge of having 2 on Next.kz in the grave. Lone Druid does not have a buyback, nor does the Shadow Demon. There also isn't a glyph available, so this tier 3 tower in the mid is destined to fall. If they can get racks is a different story, but they'll at least secure this tower.
Yeah, that is a very dead tower.
And Epicenter is available, so maybe they can make a hold.
Still no smoke. Man, their smoke is just put on cooldown. Like, every time the push is coming, he's going in with that beat right now. Gets one. It's only Sudoi, though. Can they bring him down in time? Sudoi will be the first to fall, it looks like. That does have the buyback available if he wants to return the fight.
Oh my gosh, so many bounces. Lich gets a double kill on the Sand King as well as the Shadow Demon. Next.kz now in trouble. Stallcat, he's taking some damage, but actually dishing it out to the Puck as well. Ooh, Prophet buys back, rejoins the party. Mantis, he's back. He's respawned. And now the slow siege should just commence for Rox.kis. They've got the 5v4 on the field. Reeves hops out of the base. Go Black under heavy pressure. Nexus taking damage as well. Flame Break comes in, secures the kill on the Puck as well as the Lich. And
they did kill the bear, though. Is there a bear resummon? Nothing for 90 seconds. Now Reeves probably going to go down as well. He will tick down in the end to the Venomancer. Yo, the secret weapon for Rox.kis. And, well, biggest concern right now, Mantis has no bear for 80 seconds. But I don't know if Rox.kis realized that, to be honest.
Yeah, and that was also a dieback from the Sand King. So a pretty convincing hold for Next.kz, honestly. They were at the disadvantage to start that off. The Lone Druid respawned just in the nick of time, and they keep their barracks alive without a glyph. That was pretty impressive.
Well, it's Teamfight Recap says it was pretty close. Gold going the way of Rox.kis, experience going the way of Next, but frankly, pretty close is good for Next.kz.
Yeah.
Rox.kis went for mass Necrobooks, and they did it against TA, who can just blow them up in the mid game with BKB as well as Desolator, which is coming soon. Necrobooks aren't that scary, and Sand King can Epicenter suicide to kill them off. Sure, maybe he dies, but then the Necros are gone, and a lot of the air just comes out of Rox.kis's balloon. They don't have much push without them.
Yeah, so some more items are coming out. Assault Kuros up on the Lycan, and Lone Druid is working on one of his own. He's still pretty far off the mark, has the plate and chainmail, but still needs the recipe as well as that Hyperstone. Pipe of Insight coming for the Venomancer, and he's just about got it. Headdress and Pipe recipe picked up. But there's your Desolator on the TA. Finally, Next.kz have their carry starting to come online, and usually it's right around that 30-minute mark. And that will make things difficult for Rox.kis. This third Roche will definitely be key, and he's coming up in just about a minute.
Godblack's building a Heaven's Halberd, which is quite nice, I think, this game, having the evasion as well as the disarm against Lone Druid and TA. TA does have BKB, but as the game goes on, it'll become more and more effective. I think it's a pretty good value choice. He could have gone for another Necro Book, but the Necro Book's already starting to fall off, and this is where Rox.kis will have to transition into some more late-game items. Things like the Lycan Abyssal Blade. It's also where having Tranquil Boots on Lycan does hurt you, because when he actually has to fight, Tranquil Boots are shit boots to have, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sure, you don't lose the move speed, but you're not getting any combat bonuses either. I mean, because you still have the ultimate to run around hasted, but not ideal.
Yeah, so now Rox.kis will... Well, they're hovering around the Roche Pit. They know it's coming up at any moment, and
what else is new? They're hovering around the Roche Pit.
Yeah.
Seen this movie before.
And, they'll find Batrider. Puck initiates Dream Coil and Silence. They force out the BKB on Stallcat. He will throw out a lasso onto BZZ. That'll disable the Lycan. The rest of his team coming in, but
gem as well.
Batrider still falls. Gem on the ground. The disruption from Amazing, but now he'll get picked off. This is a disaster for Next.kz. Is there a buyback available on the bat? Yes, there is, so maybe not that bad, but now Mantis, he gets caught inside the Sprout, actually going hard on Sadoy. And will Sadoy survive? The mech buying him some space. 50 hit points to spare. And he lives as the Lone Druid gets taken down. He'll get a positive earn.
Roche just respawned, but what they probably want to do is just go down mid right now. No Lone Druid buyback for a minute. They already just used the Necro Books. Might as well take the second lane of Rex. That is a big mistake for Next.kz. They didn't want to give up the Roche, but...
Batrider buys back, but he has no lasso. What's he going to do here?
He doesn't even have BKB, so yeah, he can't do anything. He jumps in, he's just going to feed.
Yeah, that's a mid lane of Rax down.
That might be game. That could be 3 lanes of Rax.
Yeah, with 2 lanes, it's going to be difficult.
Okay, they'll go for
Roche.
Roche. This is probably the safer. Well, they're ping-ponging back and forth. All right, they'll go for it.
There is a glyph available for Next.kz, so they will have one chance to make a last hold. Reeves with an Epicenter. He's only level 15, but maybe he can do it. Chipping away at this tier 3
I don't think they should
Batrider.
go for this.
He blinks forward, lasso onto Nexus, BKB TA, trying to lay in the right clicks. They will finish off the puck, but now Lycan joining the party. He'll shapeshift, backs out. A lot of damage coming out towards Next.kz. Chain Frost taking a lot of bounces around the Dire side. But,
well, what do I know? Hell too strong. They're just diving the well now. This Lich is going ham. Yo with another double kill. Dominating. Triple kill. Actually, it was the double kill for Godblack, and now a triple kill for him. GG. Don't give a team Lycan and Prophet on the Dire side. That is kind of how I feel after this game. Like, they didn't even... Their base defense was very solid from Next.kz, but it was just such a hard game to turtle. Yeah. If you want to do that, I think you need like something like what we've seen Alliance do with like Ember Magnus, like just mass AoE to clean up the Necro Books.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough creep clearing, and I feel like Rox.kis, that window where it looked like, okay, maybe Next.kz can turn this around and their carries will come online, that's where if they had just gotten those extra Necro Books on the Puck, maybe on the Lich instead of those utility Force Stabs, they might have been able to break the base a little bit easier, but in the end, the utility items proved to be the safe choice. Was a little hairy there right around the 30-minute mark, but at the end of the day, Next.kz with just the superior team fighting the superior farm.
Yeah, good performance from Rox.kis. I believe they are now 4-2. So
yes, I think they'll still make top 4. They're still in good shape.
And their remaining matches, let's see, they have to play VP, who's looked I'd say they've looked weakest out of any team in this tournament. And that's actually it. That's their last match.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Rox.kis to finish 5-2. They should be one of the top 2-3 teams going into the playoffs.
Yeah. For sure. So coming up next, schedule man, we've got MYM versus Fnatic. So we'll get to see Fnatic for their second game today. Should be pretty heavy favorites for Fnatic. MYM have been also looking a little bit shaky. I think they're 1-2 right now. That's the number that comes to mind. But
yeah, I think that's right. And Fnatic are 1-0. So second time we'll see Fnatic.
Yeah. So we'll have a short break, guys, and that match is scheduled to start. Do we have a long break, or is it
22 minutes?
22 minutes. So it'll be a decent break, guys, and then come on back to see Fnatic versus MYM here on Beyond the Summit. The EU Summit coverage continues.